Hey guys, I wanted to first explain the video coming up. What I'm trying to do is channel information, and in my meditation studies recently, Forrest Knudsen is my teacher, and he was teaching me in his video class how to access the divine portion of the brain, which is the right hippocampus. And there's like a progression of breathing exercises and mental focus that can take you there. And you start out doing what he calls heart rate variability, and then after that you do blood pressure variability, where your in-breath and your out-breath, not only is the out-breath longer, but you add an inhalation and a hold phase, so that you're holding air and you're teaching your body to get away with less oxygen and increasing your CO2 tolerance. And so these are like you're building muscles, you're working your way up. Then after you learn how to get to that state regularly, you'll start noticing that you feel very blissful. This is because the left amygdala is being activated and the right amygdala is being quieted. You also have a certain lifestyle to live by where you don't allow yourself to get pulled into tantrums of anger, for example, or spirals of depression. You become mindful and you stop it from happening. And by doing this, you are shrinking your left amygdala, which is the center for, you're shrinking your right amygdala, which is the center for worry and fear. And so you train yourself to not dwell in those places for very long. And when you start working these muscles, you're able to get into the bliss state of the left amygdala, which is with love and bliss. You might even speculate that it could be connected to the heart chakra. Then you'll find, if you do certain visualizations, it'll take you into the door in the hallway on the right. There's a visualization that Forrest uses. And when you go to the right, for most people, I suppose, maybe all people, that's the side that accesses the right hippocampus, where you imagine things. There's no words. It's all telepathic. And yes, there may be beings, but it's more like an expansive feeling to where you're part of God, that sort of thing. And so you're talking to your higher self. I thought that maybe when I did ventriloquial work with puppets, I was somehow channeling a being, like it seemed like someone different than me, because sometimes the puppet would say things that surprised me. And I think that we're accessing different parts of our brains when we do puppets, when we channel, when we are inspired with art or science, and you get downloads. And so in an effort to, so I was stuck in physics trying to explain myself, and I kept getting stuck on being afraid that my listener would say, well, you're a dumb blonde, and so you can't be saying that because you obviously don't know what you're talking about. Like, whatever the ego thinks. The ego thinks of crazy things. And, or maybe you're just a stupid Texan, and you just, how could you possibly know this? Therefore, you must not know it, and I just think you're stupid, I'm going to change the channel. All these things are coming up that nobody's going to listen to me. But I have a lot to say, and I think it's profound, but nobody else is going to think it's profound. Who are you to think that you can say something profound? But anyway, point being is, so I thought, well, I really want to record this. And so let's just play. Let's play puppets. But I'll be the puppet, because I didn't want to have a puppet tell you the theory. That would be a little bit too far out there. So I pretended like I was this character, Sophia, who's the wise woman that's confident, and she never apologizes for her opinions. And so I became Sophia, and then I presented the thought that I had that day that I wanted to convey. And so that's what this video is. It's an exercise. I'm not channeling for real. I'm not talking to some higher spirit that's scary and weird, It's just an exercise. Like, you could think of it as, you could do it in an acting class, where you visualize something and then you act out the part, and it's almost like this is what shaman do also. Maybe they might use drugs too, but to take you to other worlds, to where you metaphorically have a vision and you fix the problem, and you come back to this world and it somehow fixes, because you fixed the neuronal wiring in your mind, which is the basis of most of our problems. So in order to, I'll call it rather than repair, I short-circuited my ego by pretending like I was Sophia, and then I said what I wanted to say. And yeah, there might be some debatable points in this discourse, but if so, I'll deal with this when I get there. But nothing's going to happen if I don't get my thoughts out right. So that's what this video is about, and I'm going to end this now and go into the little, I think it's like 10-15 minutes discussion of me, Sophia, with the blackboard, describing what the etheric flux is around our bodies, and it's an aura, and what that is, and how it lives after death, and how it is the Merkaba, and how it is the etheric flux. So here it is. I hope you like it, and play along with me, okay? We do not have long, my friend. I have been interrupted numerous times. I am sure my telephone is picking up the secret message that I am about to transmit, so I shall shorten it and describe what you must do as a human being of light and love. First of all, we have an electric field around our body that looks exactly like angelic wings. It comes from your heart, pumping an electromagnetic field, you see. And that is made to be more beautiful and more resonant if you have your heart in coherence with your brain. And so one way to do that is, for example, if you have a lot of faith, you can be religious and do the meditation and do everything you want to, and that will work for some. But some people are very cerebral and they want to know the physics explanation of what is happening. It turns out that everything in the world is made of consciousness, but that is more to be said for that. But if you imagine that the world can be mathematically explained as a fluid of zero viscosity and zero density that flows, and in the moment of the Big Bang, the mysterious first breath of God, they call it, the etheric flux becomes infinitely turbulent everywhere and begins to flow in all directions, and fairly soon there are more ordered patterns. This is because, you see, the ordered patterns are more permanent than the chaotic patterns. This is the fundamental truth of why the goodness will override evil, because goodness is a resonant tone that lasts, cannot be destroyed. It gets bigger and bigger as it grows and collects more resonance from the chaos, and the remaining chaos is pushed aside, never to be seen again, you see. Right now we are having a war with resonant forces, angels, with the chaotic forces, the devil, you see. We like to give them nicknames, but I shall stick with the physics words. That the chaos is becoming weaker, therefore the only way they can have control for their remaining short life is to instill everyone with a emotion of fear. What fear does is it makes your heart and your brain lose resonance because you are nervous. You have certain chemicals in your body that do not allow for a even heart rate, and they do not allow for your brain waves to fire in synchronicity. You see, they all fire random patterns, you see. This is chaotic, and in this way you are weakened because you do not have your facilities of clarity and calm. So you will do anything they say. You are like a robot.
So if you ever feel the fear, just remember to imagine your consciousness is under your pure control. And you imagine the etheric flux comes from the heavens into your body clockwise. Another equal and opposite anti-clockwise comes into your body from heaven. I must hurry because the forces are coming. And beneath you is the beloved Mother Gaia. And from Mother Gaia, she sends you the same etheric flux, equal and opposite, clockwise into your feet, and counterclockwise into your feet, through your feet, up into the heavens. And these two flows, some people call it the Mercaba, and they draw it in a very crude, pixelated form. They say it is a triangle or a pyramid and another pyramid below. And they say it twirls, but they do not quite understand that it is pure fluid, pure etheric flow coming down from the sky into your body, into the earth, connecting you to Gaia, at the same time coming from Gaia below your feet, through your body and up. And as these intersect, you try to make them intersect not in the fear centers down here, but in the heart, the center point of the human physical body, you see. In this moment, you are in beautiful harmonic resonance with God, Allah, Shiva, Brahma, lovely Jesus, angels, everything beautiful, everything peaceful. This is what is permanent and long-lasting, eternal. This is what will go on to the next level, the bigger level, when we go into another larger universe, unified in love. We call it love because it is, well, as a human, love feels human, whole, connected, happy. The purpose of our life is to connect with love in this way. Now, you may not be the type of human that is attracted to the physics. You may want to do the meditation, but this is a form of meditation for me. The physics, searcher of answers, you see. It makes me understand. Therefore, then I know how to control my consciousness, you see, because I now have something to imagine. I imagine the etheric flow, you see. Now, I must say, as a disclaimer, that this is a simplification, you'll see, because you've got your organs all over your body, many other chakras, you know, that add to the beauty of the chord that we sing with God, you know. I will cover those in other lectures if I am given the privilege, but for now I will wrap this up and say, please do not let fear enter your heart. Remember, if nothing else, you may sing the song of your own God, or you may imagine the physics of etheric flux, the flow of consciousness in the universe that actually makes up our physical body, our experience of life, and the part of our etheric flux that will last beyond the physical body is what I have described here. This is your soul, the flow of etheric flux that fuels your human body, keeps it alive. Now, when the body dies and falls away, your beautiful etheric flux pattern that is in harmony with the love energy of the song of the universe will remain, and will be you, joined with all of your beloveds, including me, I hope, my darling. Well, thank you, thank you. They are coming. They are coming. Oh dear. I must get my things, and I must get my physics notebook, and I must grab something to write in my journal with, because they are coming. I must go. I must go. We shall end with a prayer of love. Om Mani Padme Hum. Bless you. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find peace. May you feel love.